What's going on? This is Outsomniac with another New World video. In this video, I'm talking about the sword weapon using the Defender skill tree. So this is the main tanking build in the game, and there really isn't a contest. This is clearly going to be the best build for tanks. There aren't any real potential downsides in this build other than just that this is the build you'll pick if you want to be tanking expeditions. So first of all, I think that this build is actually a really solid tanking build compared to some other games I've played. It's a really well thought out build, and it has a lot of what tanks are looking for: damage mitigation, control, and just an ability to hold aggro in a number of different ways. Also, as well as like damage surviving mechanisms. So I think that this is a really interesting build for tanks. The three main damaging abilities in the build are Shield Bash, Shield Rush, and Final Stand. Shield Bash does 150% weapon damage and has a 3-second stun that also taunts. Shield Rush is a 5-meter charge, does 125% weapon damage and also slows. And Final Stand reduces damage taken by up to 80% for 8 seconds, taunts, and heals you for 15% of your total health at the end of it. So I think that that is a really solid loadout. This is a really nice ability set that we have here. So the fact that there's 2 taunts that we can use on separate cooldowns is going to increase that control. And 15% of your total health as a tank, the ability to heal yourself in combat is really critical. Plus a lot of just threat holding abilities. So I think this build is useful just if you're interested in playing as a tank character. This would be the logical choice. You may enjoy tanking, or if you think you may enjoy tanking, then this could be a really fun build. I'm actually considering maining a tank just because of how solid this build looks. It actually has a lot of what I'm looking for in general, and I think that this build could work for both expeditions and PvP, especially just one-on-one fights. Like in other games, tanks are notoriously difficult to take down, and we see them as powerful forces in PvP 1v1 situations, also as flag carriers or any kind of situations where we have to defend an area. Tanks are useful PvP options, but the fact that this build does solid damage, I think that that's a really interesting feature of it. And also, one thing to consider when rolling a tank is that tanks are often the missing piece for constructing groups. It's usually not that difficult to find a healer. It's very easy to find DPS. So tanks are the piece that are a little bit more rare. So one of the advantages of rolling tank is that you may get more loot. And then we know that with New World, it's fairly easy to just change your build or your second spec. So this would be another nice mechanic that you main a tank, you can get a lot more groups socially and a lot more loot, and then your secondary spec, you can actually play with presumably better weapons. So if you're still deciding on what weapons to main and you found this video helpful, then hit that subscribe button to get notified when my next one's ready. In the next video, I'll be going through more builds and testing out what weapons work best for my playstyle. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.